color stuff. Nothing. Oh, it says actual recording starting in high quality. Let's start. I think we need like a music, right? An intro, like
Yeah.
yeah, something like train all day. But it's original.
We made it.
Yep. What do you guys see in your end? It's still the same screen, right?
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah. Actually trying to like look for where to put my window. If you see other podcasts like I see Mighty Mouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does it like he's actually looking at the camera. So I think it's you have to place the window on top of your camera. But I don't want to keep looking at the lens all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
good call.
This is actually like
I'm just on a laptop. Do y'all have a separate camera that you're?
I'm
I
using
have
my
a separate
phone.
camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they already has camera, but if you just I think there was an update in what do you call this? Mac OS where if you plug your phone in, it will then be like there's an option to use that as a webcam. It detects it right away. Cool.
Nice. So it's been a while since we did this.
Yeah.
I don't know when
I
it
mean,
was. At least a few months ago.
I
Yeah.
think close to I don't know how many months. But yeah, so that's
If
why
you look at when
I mean it's
the
good having a
last
new app is
recording
good.
was taken.
I don't even know the number. I keep thinking like if I upload this one, I don't know. I don't know what to put. The one that Spotify says they're just like 1 to 4, I think like that. And then we skip to like 21. Like what happened to like 4?
Yeah. There's there's a lot in those podcasts, but I think we got pretty good towards the end of like not saying stuff that would get us canceled because that was a
Yeah.
problem in the beginning.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think we cleaned it up and got some practice in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
going
gonna upload
Wait.
those.
This podcast really just turned into a UFC podcast essentially.
Kind of.
Like
Yeah.
that's why I was like, Glaza, you should make an appearance too. And she was like, all you guys talk about is fighting, and I don't have much to
No,
offer.
that's not true. Talk
Is it
about
one of the F's?
Yeah.
we talk about other stuff like
Wait,
pre-fight.
Louis, how's your knee?
Yeah, it's better now. The thing is, I can walk, climb stairs, maybe run a bit, but yeah, I know it's not for jiu-jitsu yet because every time like I'm walking, oh, I feel good, and then you sometimes like those injuries, there's like some angle and you're like ouch, and then oh yeah, I'm not there yet.
That's
And
frustrating.
it's actually like a good like you get to think if I really want to train jiu-jitsu, so it's like it's part for now. Maybe I'll come back maybe in a few, and I'm still waiting. Like it's been like 3 months, and usually what I've read is you have to like wait. I think 6 months like the minimum, but I'll just wait if I can just start doing drills because it could be like healing. I don't know. It says it may feel great, but you're not really you can't really train with it yet. And I realized like because when I was I'm still injured now, but when so I basically stopped training and then realized I actually spend like a lot of time training because like within the week like I go there like 3 to 4 times, and then now I can do it 3 to 4 times. So I'm just like, oh, I can actually do other stuff at that time.
You said more of a social life. It'll always be
Yeah.
there for you
It's
too.
always like, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
actually spend more time in the gym in a week.
You know, it's
So,
frustrating
some
when
other
you
stuff.
see like other people in your class or people that you were like neck and neck with, competition wise, they're gonna surpass you, and that'll certainly be frustrating. But
Yeah, I think that's the only thing. Like just stop thinking about that. Like I'm thinking, oh, this person's like gonna be better than me now, but and then I just go like, I don't really care, right? Who, who cares that much? Like we're not world champions here. We're like, oh my god, Marigali's like, Craig Jones already like knows this one. Yeah, I'll just like go back there like after maybe a month or two, and then just remove all the stripes from my belt and then like start from scratch.
No, never. You earn those,
No,
man.
it's fun. Like, I just like think like I actually like wanted to. I did jiu-jitsu because of the techniques, and so I just like want to like, keep on learning. So
Yeah, that's the right mindset, man. It'll be there for you. You come back to it when it's time. You'll
yeah,
be a
because I did
different fighter
try.
when you do, or a different
Yeah.
player.
Yeah, I did start striking. No, because I did try it, and then it hurts. Like when someone like trying to hold on the leg, and of course when you someone holds on there, you try to like pull it right or like
Yeah.
circle it out just so and then that actually it's ended up like hurting more on my end rather than
Yeah.
him like actually holding the leg. Like, oh yeah, I'm not there yet. I can't really
But
go
are you
back yet.
doing like exercises?
Oh yeah, you know the knees over toes guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually when when like the injury is fresh that he's like a big proponent of like walking backwards, right? Or like backwards sled. That actually like help. Like it doesn't it wouldn't hurt or it should be like depending on the injury, right? But on my injury, it's like it doesn't hurt when I walk backwards. And what I do is there's a treadmill at our condo in here that's out of order. So I was like, oh, it's perfect. 'Cause that's like you have to like walk backwards at the treadmill, and there's like enough resistance so that it's
Yeah.
like a workout when you do it. And then he says like, oh, he's gonna break your treadmill if you do that, and it's already out of
Broken.
order. So yeah, it's the perfect one. So I tried doing that, and it's actually helps. Like
Yeah.
even though like my knees hurt when I like bend forward, when you actually like start walking backward, it doesn't really hurt that much. And then he said like it's good for like a blood flow for that injured part. So it's like you're like helping it heal. And actually it felt great like when I'm doing that. So I keep on
Wow.
doing it now and then like do some other stuff too like but I don't do weighted I don't try to bring weight onto it because I'm also like a fan of like Kiras hobby and he's like against that knees over toes. I'm not really against, but he's not into that philosophy of going knees over toes. But this thing is just going knees over toes is not bad. Like you're doing it in the sport. He just doesn't want you to do it like with weights, like putting heavy load on your body, like
Yeah.
doing the knees over toes because it's gonna cause injury. So I just do body weight. It actually helps if you try to do the exercises. It's like new things you like realize. Oh, I'm actually weak
You could
doing
like
this. Like
okay.
my legs are not really that strong, especially some like angles when he does that stretch stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually hard. But it's good. Like your legs feel great afterwards.
Yeah, hopefully you keep that as just like part of your normal like training regimen is like
Yeah.
outside of the fighting and training, like you're gonna constantly not like you won't be rehabbing all the time, but you'll always have
Yeah.
these exercises that keep you like your mobility exercises, like motion is
Yeah.
lotion. There's some guy that said that. And I think
Yeah,
that
I
makes a lot
forgot
of
the
sense.
name.
Like you gotta apply it daily. You
Remember
gotta
the quote.
always
Forgot the name.
move. Yeah. I like that though. I think it makes sense to me. You can't just do it once and then it's over. It's just
Yeah.
part of your like your warm up or your cool down or
Yeah.
once a week, twice a week.
Yeah, that's the
Move
thing.
around a
While I
little
was
bit.
while I was doing those workouts, because my knee was already hurting, right? And then like as I was doing like the backward walk thing, it's like I know like I already know these exercises like for like months or like years before, but I just don't do it because like, and it wasn't really on my mind. But now
Yeah.
that I need it, like I was like, oh yeah, I should have been doing this like
You're clinging
from the
to it.
start.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes.
Wait, Adam, just quick here. It says I don't know if it's showing in here that you have like the app open like in other tabs in your on
Yeah.
Chrome. I think you have to like close the other one. Try to do it.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
that will solve like your headphone problem.
yeah, I could. Then maybe that's it. I opened up
Yeah.
and
It actually tells me that you have it open, so I don't know how it does that.
yeah, like
Just
I
as like
only have one
Adam
tab
has.
open. I did close the other one I had. I don't know.
Maybe it's I know. We'll just figure out later.
Yeah. We'll see how I'm interested to see how the quality of this recording goes because of
Yeah,
the
because what I've read is like after the call, it should be like there should be like an uploading step from your end also. So I think it downloads your video and audio on your computer, and then it uploads it. So I mean that alone, I
Okay.
think that's improves the quality rather than like having like one
Oh,
file
heck yeah.
like audio
Yeah.
number. I don't know. I just read it. That's also my first time using this, so like I was just like
This is great.
discovering it.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we discovered this. I don't know where this has been our whole lives. That we needed this from the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking for like a remote podcast better than Zoom thing, and this one actually comes up, and I wanted to try it out. It's good.
And it doesn't have any limit, or we don't know yet.
It does. It does.
We'll find
It
out.
does.
But it's like a monthly thing.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
more of like it's like certain hours of you
Oh,
can
okay.
output. Like it's not gonna stop the call, but I think it's like Roger, I think it's 5 hours.
In a
Okay.
month.
If we do
Yeah.
an hour or
5
two
hours
a
in a
week,
month.
that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll stick to like an hour. You know, keep it like
yeah, and
a
then we'll see.
low time commitment.
Yep.
Yeah, and it says here it has a transcript afterwards. I'm gonna look at it because it says there's a transcript and then you can edit through that. Like if you remove this certain like words from the transcript, it's gonna remove that part from the video. I don't know.
Okay,
But it's
that's
cool.
interesting.
That is faster
Yeah.
to edit.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna
And
be legit.
actually I've seen like there's apps now where
Is
there's
it
like
smarter where
it
if you say
automatically.
something, that would get you canceled, will automatically
I don't know if it
filter out?
highlights that would be very helpful. Like it's gonna be a highlight like you might want to remove this, you know. You have that that's
When you
pretty
said-
useful.
When you said that thing
uh,
about Native Americans,
yeah,
that's not gonna
maybe.
go well. Yeah, but we
Yeah,
never
I
know
think
what's
you-
gonna cancel us 5 years from now. We probably already
Yeah.
said what's gonna cancel us. You
Oh,
know, and it's
probably
been out
AI is
there
gonna
since
know
Yeah.
that, right? Yeah.
2014.
AI is gonna be like, you know, AI is gonna be like, oh, in 2026, this word is gonna, you should like, don't upload this now because in like 2 years from now, you're gonna get canceled for this.
yeah, a predictive analytics.
Yeah.
Well, the
Um,
There
question
should be
is,
like a AI.
will the cancel thing be will it still be a thing in the future though, or will we move away
Ooh.
from, that the kind of culture? Seems like
Yeah,
people
I
are saying
heard
it's
this
not,
one
it
like
doesn't really help. Yeah,
yeah,
right.
I've heard this one. It's gonna be like an overcorrection thing because right now
Yeah.
there's cancellation is like big, and then it's gonna be like an overcorrection where like the new generation is gonna be like, oh, this is ridiculous, and now it's gonna be like I don't know, no one's really care. So there's gonna be like an error, like no one really cares what you say, and then
Yeah.
that's gonna be like there's gonna be another overcorrection, like oh, why don't we care about this one, and then that cancel culture is gonna come back. You know, it's just like cycle things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's gonna happen.
I totally agree. I think what's the opposite of being canceled? Being like featured? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe people will
I don't know.
start like coming out and like being promoted. I guess promotion. I don't know. Like
Oh, if it's like a good thing, right? It's like more of appreciation thing. Like, oh, look at this guy. So that's
like
gonna be the
Pedro
culture, like,
Pascal.
the big
Like
side.
he was the opposite of canceled. He was
Yeah.
catapulted. Like everyone loves him now.
Yep.
You know. There needs to be more of that where they're like, oh,
yeah.
this guy's great.
Keanu
Ryan
Reeves
Gosling.
too. Keanu
Keanu
Reeves.
Reeves.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Whenever,
it's
it's
fast,
all
like,
Yeah.
it's like
it's all positive.
think if you
for him.
Publicity constantly.
yeah, because he has an image of like he's a very good
Yeah.
guy, humble. You know,
He
like
does-
if he does
He
something,
never-
you're
he
gonna be
never
like, oh,
talks,
it's
though. Like,
fine.
it looks like he just,
I think that's the
lives his
thing,
life.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't really say anything.
That's the secret. You just don't
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah. I've never seen him like
Don't
actually
talk.
Yeah,
look
maybe
cool.
there's like small clips, but it's probably just related to a movie that he's promoting or something
Yeah,
like
like
that.
short
Never-
phrases, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nothing. And
It's
I
like,
don't even think he talks in John Wick. I can't remember the last time I heard him
he doesn't
speak.
talk much. Yeah, I think his lines are just like, I don't know. I can't remember. Like, you
What-
can't really quote something from John Wick that he said.
No,
Right, he
what's
just,
his
like-
voice sound like? I have no idea.
You know, like tired. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, okay, I think yeah, just like yes, no, okay. Grab a pencil and then like
Yeah.
start stabbing
Yeah.
you with.
Keanu Reeves.
That might be the
Yeah,
secret.
that's actually the secret. Just don't talk and like be cool. Ride a motorcycle. Be John Wick. You know, that's
He does jujitsu
cancel
too.
free. Yeah, he does. I think
Yeah.
he's I don't know what belt he is in. Probably higher belt. No, maybe browns. I guess I heard like
Yeah.
that gym was like promotes
Purple or
fast.
brown?
It's like
Yeah.
celebrities are starting to jump in the, combat sports arena
Yeah, I saw Tom
area.
Hardy
Yeah.
did a
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu
But he was doing
competition.
like a while ago, right? It's I think it's a purple belt now. Or
So speaking of
even like
competition, what are your thoughts on UFC 300? Probably one of the
which fight
craziest
which
fight
fight we're gonna
cards.
start? Like I think the last three fights on that card to the main event, like that was like the best fights.
Yep.
Well, the thing that I wasn't expecting though was the Wei Li and the Xiaonan fight. Like I was willing to like leave and then get back for the. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry if ever this goes to like Wei
You're
Li. I was like, I'm
canceled.
sorry. I was like I was prepared to like leave and then go back for the main event, but
But
I
hey,
ended up
Whaley
watching it.
won
But it
3 times that night.
yeah,
They
that's the
said.
first time like you have to win 3 times
Ah,
in a single fight, even like maybe 3 rounds, right? She was
Yeah.
winning like yeah.
First
And
he
then
did
I've
like
seen like some
knockout submission.
okay submission, yeah.
And then-
Submission like, oh no, not enough.
Not
You
enough.
have to like beat her up and the next round, oh I beat her up. No, not enough.
jeez.
And
All
then
right, where
I've seen some comments like it's on the other side, like Xiaonan like was actually like defeated 3 times in a single fight. Like submission, TKO, and then from the decision.
that's her record.
Like in a single fight. Yeah, that's her
three
record.
losses in one UFC.
Yeah.
That's
But that was
brutal.
actually a very cool fight. And, like especially in the third and later
Yeah.
rounds, like Xiaonan's like back into it. It
Yeah.
looked actually fun seeing.
I like
And
Jolie though. I think she deserves whatever success
yeah, she's pretty
comes her
strong.
way.
Like
Yeah,
she's good at those like what do you call it, clinch, and then some throws, or maybe like Saunas, but just not 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 that good at that
What's her background? Is she like
aspect yet.
a Thai fighter or something, or is she just like an all-around specialist, or like is she like a boxer?
I think she's a striker.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I saw in her training videos against Rose, and then she went to Thailand and then like started training striking.
everyone goes to Thailand
But-
at some point in their
Yeah,
professional career.
it's like a ritual. Like you have to go to Thailand. It was funny on the Shaonan side, but I was watching like Rasabi's like comment on that fight, because I haven't been like out in jiu-jitsu before, and then I've heard stories like it's always similar there, where when they were out they it's like they were like dreaming. So I have my coach share a story here, like when he was out like during sparring, like he dreamt like he was like in a jeepney going home. And then when he was back, he woke up. That's why he was like shocked, like what's he doing in this gym,
yeah.
Oh my God.
And then imagine if you're like Shaonan, where like you were out, you were dreaming, like maybe you're at home, and then when you wake up, you're like UFC 300. Like
Oh.
you're just like, are you okay? Your recorder's like, are you okay? I'm like, oh, you're like, what happened here? Like, just imagine like you're like,
That's
Oh.
interesting.
yeah.
That's
I don't know
crazy.
if there was like interview of her, like, were you like dreaming? And most people like are like that. Like, I think it's defense mechanism of your body, like just so like you
Yeah.
can relax when you're out.
I could imagine,
Imagine if
that
you're, like-
happening. I could imagine that happening.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're sleep,
You were like, you have a vivid dream of where like watching TV or maybe
Yeah.
just drinking, and the next thing you know, like the referee's like bringing you, pulling you up and going to your corner. Like
Oh
what's
my
happening?
God.
Yeah.
Can't be good for your brain.
I know they say
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's safe, but I don't think no one really knows. It's just like a hose like turning off. But I don't know. Maybe your brain's doing something else, right? Like why do I like why is there no oxygen here? And then maybe it just does something. Yeah, it's just funny to think about. Like, imagine I'm dreaming about like at the beach and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like one of those movies where like you get with the different like a multiverse stuff. And this,
At least I
What
mean,
if she's
you know-
dreaming that she's actually fighting? And
Oh
then
my
she
God,
comes
yeah.
out
I mean, that's a very good
like-
transition, right? Yeah, a very good transition. Oh, I'm still here. Is this real?
Yeah.
And then it starts striking.
Yeah.
Like, wait, is this the
Yeah.
reality or is this like
Let's just hope it's not
Still
like
part
a
of the-
sexual dream
Is it
where they
like-
like,
an inception thing?
Yeah.
Like dreaming and everything.
yeah. That's a good movie idea.
Yeah, you get
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
you get like
Yeah.
choked out, and then like start in your journey to
And then you become a world champion fighter, and then you wake up and you realize you
then you
lost.
wake up and you
Yeah.
just like time travel.
How about
Yeah, it was good.
Gaethje's
Yeah,
and
the BMF
Max Holloway's fight? I think
Uh,
that's
So boring.
the highlight of that.
It's boring. I don't even remember what happened. No,
It was so good. I didn't
That
watch
was
the fights live.
yeah.
Did y'all watch the fights live?
I did. I did.
I hate. I had to get all the highlights later on, so I haven't actually seen the full Gaethje Max like fight.
Yeah.
You haven't yet.
But I
Okay.
need to. Like it was an instant classic,
should.
and
Yeah.
like so many people outside of UFC fans were talking about it. Like it was everywhere. It was like
Mhm.
it crossed over into mainstream news big time.
Yeah.
That fight.
Especially the last part, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
459.
That was the highlight of the
Yeah,
evening.
I was watching it at home because there's like a free stuff here. It's actually cheaper to watch a pay-per-view here in the Philippines rather than in there. But yeah, I mean, it's actually I'm just I bet it's like really loud at the bar. Dale, right? That if you watch
Yeah.
it like at the bar,
Yep.
like that should be like
Yep.
pretty good if other
If
people
something
did.
wild happens, yeah, for sure. Like, maybe somebody's winning already 5 rounds, and then suddenly something like that happens, or the other guy suddenly, like what happened to Usman, and if it's a complete
Leon,
turnaround,
yeah.
then people just go wild and crazy about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's crazy about that is that like everyone knows like he won like almost every
Yeah, he was
round
already
in there.
winning.
Not really,
Yep.
not really every, like I think maybe 4 to
Yeah.
5, and then he like started like pointing at the. I was
And
actually like
there was risk too,
yeah.
right? Because he was getting staggered too. There were
Yeah.
some points in the match
Yeah.
where he was getting hit, and then he was getting
Yeah, he
hurt.
was that. I think
Yeah.
not really down. Yeah,
Yeah. But he was
So
getting,
that was like the
pushed
cool
back.
thing.
Yeah. And then in the end, I mean,
Yeah.
it was for,
Yeah, that was the cool thing about it because anyone could be out at that point, like the last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like Max could be like,
Yep.
he could be
I mean, if
knocked out of
Gaethje
that.
was the one who, did the right combo, then, or, hit him.
Yeah,
then it would
I
have
think he
been,
just picks
he would
one
have
punch.
lost it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like an overhand, and it wasn't even like because Gaethje was still like doing the right like counters, you say. He was still dodging, but yeah, it
Yeah.
was like a good shot from Max,
Bro.
and he was like out right away, out like facing forward. It's actually like a scary knockout. Like people were cheering, but actually a very like a scary knockout. It's like
so scary. And
he
he's
fell
probably still
face
recovering.
first.
He's probably still
Yeah, for
like
sure. Like
weary from this. How do you think
Yeah.
Max's corner feels when he goes out? Like, there's no way they told him to do that. Like, at the end,
yeah, of course.
point at the ground and just swing and bang. Like, they got to be like, dude, stop doing that, man. What are you doing? That you're not gonna. It's gonna get you one day. But it
Yeah.
There's
didn't,
actually like a video of the corner. I don't know if you've seen it.
no.
Of it, like he scored like on the last 10 seconds, like you see their faces were like they're like grabbing on the so scared.
Oh
Like
my God, I gotta see that.
happened. They were like staring at Max, and then like I think there's one guy at the back who's like trying to hide. When you see there some people like he doesn't want
Yeah.
to look at it, but he needs to like look at it, like he's hiding. And then when Max got the knockout, they were like started jumping. Like, it's actually fun to see. I don't know. I don't have.
Yeah.
I know I've seen the clip that.
But there's no way they
'Cause,
advised him on that. Like, there's no way.
No.
I know they're like, dude, Max, please don't do that again.
I think
I
he
mean,
thought
it's
of it
just his
because it was for the
signature move,
BMF belt thing.
Yeah, it was a
At least,
BMF
yeah.
thing to do.
Dude, Max
This
is
is what
gonna.
drove him
And he's
today.
younger than you'd think. What is he, like, mid-30s or something
I
like
think he's
that?
Early
32.
30s.
Think so.
Yeah, early
So he's my
30s.
Yeah.
so relatively young, fighting age.
Yeah, 'cause
but he's been through some absolute wars.
Yeah.
Because I think he started fighting like 20. Yeah, 20
Yeah,
years
yeah. It
old.
was
So he's already like 10 years in. So he's like a
bro.
veteran already.
His brain is just
Yeah.
complete
And he's
mashed
a
potatoes
striker
right now.
too. Like, yeah, all his fights, it's all, just hit and get,
Yeah, stand up,
Yeah.
and then like defending. But yeah,
Jeez,
But
Gaethje.
he does get hit, but he's like pretty like good like rolling
Rolling. Yep.
punches, but I mean we don't know what's the effect. But yeah, it's good. It's better.
Crazy. I mean, everything you can imagine. And then, did you see? I mean, I know you saw in the like press conference thing when Dana White just agreed to give them like a 300,000 bonus
Yeah, I see that clip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
it's
of
like
fat
a
ass or
Price is
something.
Right thing. Like done. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I mean,
done. We want like
but
Mark.
also the fact that he did that so easily, I think it kind of means that they've got a lot of money to kind of they're not paying them as much money as they could. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a lot of money that could
They
be
have
paid to
cash.
them that
Yeah,
they're not, and
Yeah.
they certainly
Yeah.
seem underpaid.
yeah, probably like triple or double. Oh no, double or triple of the actual. I don't know. Maybe because it's who owns the UFC now? So what company is it?
Is it Nestle?
It's
I don't know. I'm
Disney.
just kidding.
I thought Disney
Oh,
owns
it's
it, or some same.
WWE. Isn't it the same as WWE?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
that
think
They're
that's it.
on.
So maybe that's why the budget's also like bigger, and then Dana just
yeah,
like
that's a good point.
yeah,
But
because
these boxing fights get like $30 million each, and no one's watching these boxing fights. I
Yeah.
don't get that.
I think it's
Like,
the
no, I
roster.
think
It's because like boxing, you're on your own mostly.
yeah,
In there you have like the
but
whole. I guess it's all under the UFC, right? It's one
yeah, and I
promotion.
think it's
You
like
have
for
all the
boxing is it's still
fighters.
those people who are like who get like paid is also like a certain number of
Yeah,
like
it's not a
boxer
lot
like a
of them.
famous one because there's actually like a lot of boxers who's like getting paid like very less but especially those if they don't know you yet so
Yeah.
it's not similar but when so you can just compare like it's like a main event in UFC but the thing is like a main event in UFC is not that as big as boxing like in boxing if you get to that level you're already like earning millions where in UFC I think they're most of them is just like 6 digits. It's a big payday but it's not as big as like a main event in
Yeah.
boxing where
that's
they have
a
like
Somebody
good
I think
tried
point.
to
10
has
million,
somebody tried to break
30
that
million.
down already, like comparing the
Like I
two
don't
and
know
then the
I don't know if they're
differences.
releasing the budget of that like
No, but I mean just you know estimating it based off. Well, I guess they can't get that information too, like
yeah but I
views.
think they're also like factoring in because so UFC is better at marketing I think at boxing because I always see but maybe it's because of my algorithm but UFC does very good in like those videos
Yeah.
like their how they build the fight but I don't know because maybe because I'm watching UFC so that's why it comes to my Facebook or
Yeah.
Instagram by
So you get like recently you get Nina's the that new girls where she interviews the fighters before before the event. That one
yeah
that that
oh yeah
new
that
girl.
one I haven't seen the new yeah
But she interviews
I
all
know
of them, and she's pretty good because she gets to she gets the fighters to open up and ease up, so it's not like it's kind of like becomes a friendly like a friendly interview or
they
talk.
get
Yeah,
comfortable like
yeah. Versus how they do
yeah
in the
actually yeah
press conference where they just sometimes they act just to kind of feels forced that they're trying to promote or act tough or act
mhm. Like I have a character
yeah.
there yeah but it helped yeah but I don't know because when I was watching like Dana like I think it was like 300,000 right 300,000 bonus
Yeah,
Yeah.
that he signed off so yeah you're gonna be they can pay 300,000 and for that event like everyone's like watching I mean that event alone I don't know what other like income max like have after that maybe there's like sponsorships so
Yeah. And even in the
yeah
preliminaries of that event, it was like popular fighters fighting too. It's not,
yeah there's like
the
Cody Garbrandt
usual.
right like,
Yeah.
and
oh wow.
Figueredo
Yeah.
yeah
I mean,
the prelims is like a main card already
Yep.
yeah they were building up UFC 300
it is amazing that they have done 300 UFC events. It's absolutely
For sure.
wild. And like
Yeah. And how
Joe
much it
Rogan's been
has, I
along.
guess, how much it has, grown
Evolve
from,
and then like
and evolved from when it
Yeah,
started, like, no weight class, all that stuff. You know, how big it's become.
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's so
crazy.
big
Like
now. It's
it's actually
them
it's a good
going to
idea to
like.
put it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying like it's actually a good idea to put in a number in there just so you know like it's the like 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't just like put in there like UFC Bahia versus Hill, because you're gonna forget like the order. It's good
Yep.
they put the number in there. Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember
It's like a
UFC
podcast.
299. Was that memorable at all?
Oh, yeah, I think it was Poirier. Or
Oh,
I don't
was it?
even know who the main. I think that was Coleman. Dustin.
Okay.
He
The
fought
299
the
is just
French
like, right,
guy.
let's just get to 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's gonna talk about even 301, right?
Yeah, 301 is
Tomorrow.
He's
crazy.
excited about 301.
Are you
He's
excited
excited about
about tomorrow?
301.
Yeah.
Are you excited about 301, guys?
He's the
What?
most fast track guy into, it's because like I guess the stars are aligned for him because like it's either the
Yeah.
contenders are injured. No, the one tomorrow, right?
Oh, tomorrow? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
I don't
God.
even know.
Pantoja versus
Yeah.
that. I don't even know that guy. Like when they
Yeah, that's
when they posted that event on the UFC, like who's this guy?
Who
The
the
yeah,
heck?
you don't
Yeah.
know. No. And it's like a 301.
Yep.
This is supposed to be like a big thing, right? It's a big deal to watch. You're gonna pay
Yeah.
to watch this thing. Yeah. Oh, we haven't
We'll
talked about
see.
the main event. So what do you think about the
Oh, yeah.
Bahia versus Hill fight? There's some controversy, not really controversy, like they're picking on remember
If
when
Herb Dean kind of messed with the flow of
messed up with the or Bahia should be like there should be like a violation there because they didn't listen to the referee. No.
Well,
well,
like
it
when
was okay. Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay, yeah.
he kicked him in the
And then
balls, and then
and then Hill also
Yeah.
kind of they touched gloves, and then Hill was the one who engaged first also when when they got back.
Yeah. I think they're just trying to like make something out of it, but it's not really like a thing that will cost like is I think what Hill said is like because Herbin was at the side and he was like a bit of relaxed and then like after that like incident he was already like 2 steps in. So he was like already
Yes.
in range. If you actually look at the replay, I think Rogan like did a uh replay on it like after like Herbin like says it's okay like he like did it two skips forward and that's actually like very close already. Then he did like
Yeah.
the skip in, step on the foot and then a hook.
Yep.
But it's not really when I tried to watch it, it's not really like a dirty trick because it's because Hill could have like stepped out or he could be I know he could be have been like more focused like oh this guy's already
Yeah.
in so I have to like
Yeah. And I
step
think
out. So it's
he
not
kind of
really a
talked
reason.
about it too when he was asked why why he told Herb Dean to just, to just let it play on
Leave me
because he
alone.
was like already very focused on it. Like he was already
Yeah,
measured. That's
he
why
was like type.
he
Yeah,
already measured it.
he was.
So that's why he said, if he allowed Herdin to stop it, he would be, the momentum would be broken. And then
Yeah, yeah.
he already
You
measured
could even
because
think.
Hill was kicking him, and then I guess it kind of ties back to when you said like the 2 steps forward. He already had that in
Mhm.
mind because
Yeah,
if it was
like he
stopped,
knows
then the
how close he needs to be. Yeah,
yep
at
yep
that time. And I think he was just like waiting for the. Because that's how like those like high level strikers like do their where the foot placement is actually very critical and they didn't the timing of when you're like gonna skip in and out. And that
yep
was like I think he was like timing like he was like moving forward and waiting for what he was gonna do next. Hill did a kick and then it doesn't really like oh because he's gonna kick this way so I'm gonna step in those kind of stuff.
yeah
And then so yeah he was like because I remember like when he was like doing that he was locked in at Hill like when he was like raising his hand like
yeah
don't interfere and he was still like looking at Joel what he's gonna do so yeah he was like planning on something. Yeah, actually, like pretty amazing. Like only took like one shot, one left hook, and
Yeah.
then like it was
Yeah.
like already like
He,
out.
he took advantage of it. I mean, I think it's fair to say like that moment helped him
Yeah.
win the fight, but I
It's
don't
crazy
think
how
it
he
was
has
the reason.
become, I think BC made a comment after where, he doesn't understand Pereira doesn't have any wrestling or jiu-jitsu, it's pure striking, but how he has become like two division champion in just a short amount of time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Crazy.
He got his
what's
black
crazy is
belt
that
after the fight.
like most of his wins is really with the same move too. So why hasn't anybody like figured that out? I guess he's really just intimidating in there, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
That even
Must
though
be.
he's even
it's going to be
intimidating
a left
walking to the
hook,
ring, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Even like walking to the ring is so intimidating. Even I'm not even
yeah,
fighting him, and when looking at him, he's so
yeah,
scary. He's like
yeah,
his face like doesn't really move much.
yeah,
His facial expression doesn't change, and just like locked in at you, and then like moving
yeah,
forward, like I would be scared, like
yeah. And I guess
doing
it's
that.
that too, right? Like he doesn't show any emotion at all,
Yeah,
and without,
an emotion, yeah.
That's gotta be scary.
Because even when he was doing like meme thing, where it's like
yeah,
pointing,
yep,
it's the same face, it's just like moving his hands, but his face like it's the same like a fighting face. It's-
His his time will come. I mean, you can say that safely about any fighter. Eventually, his
yeah,
downfall it's only a matter of time. But it's amazing what he's been able to do.
yeah,
That's for sure. This is
yeah,
the same guy that beat Adesanya, right?
yep. And
yeah.
then
Okay,
got
I'm not completely off
He
on
got
that. Okay,
Adesanya did win once, and then
and then
that's the
okay,
only thing he needed. He just needed to
yeah,
win once.
for some reason, his name Perea. I feel like
yeah.
there's like other fighters that have at least a similar name or the same
Yeah,
name.
I think there's a
I think
lot
it's
of
a
like
common Brazilian
Yeah,
name.
it's a common like
like
last name.
Silva. I can't keep track of all of
Yeah.
them. No offense to them, of course. Please don't cancel me. But it's
They all sound the same. They
they,
all
they,
look the
they
same. No,
they're good at
I'm
fighting.
kidding.
And then
I'll give them
speaking
that.
of time has come, it looks like all the fighters that when we started watching the UFC are at the, I guess, last leg of their careers too.
Yeah.
Like Connor, who else? Like
Oh my God.
Yeah, it only takes
Adesanya,
like
all of
few
them like
years.
Dustin.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's like
yeah.
there's a
It only takes
changing of
like
the guard
years.
now. There's going
Yep.
to be new fighters in
Yeah,
there.
there's like I think Marab is like one of the new uh guys, but
Yeah.
they're not that famous yet, right? It's not really like
Well, Shannon
I mean,
Malley.
Shannon O'Malley is like everything, yeah, like a superstar.
So I'm
And
curious
the
of
main
the
thing,
new
yeah.
batch of fighters. I guess I'll ask you, Dale, and Louis as well. Like, who's your favorite fighter of the new age fighters, the up and comers? Like, who are you excited about the most?
I don't know yet because
Yeah, I don't know.
for me it's still the the one I guess the famous fighters that we've watched for a long time. So they're still there. So
Yeah.
I don't really know yet. And then in terms of upcoming,
Yeah, for me, I don't have anyone yet.
You have to choose
Some
somebody. I
I
mean,
don't know.
yeah,
It
maybe
only
Shavkat,
risk like now. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's not there yet.
yeah.
It's just
Well,
maybe
funny
yeah.
because like
I think Sean
Rachmanov.
O'Malley does he count yet? Kind of.
He
yeah,
does kind
he's
of.
like one of the new guys, but he's not really new,
He's not
right?
new
Like
new.
Yeah,
yeah,
He's kind of becoming an old fighter quickly.
yeah,
yeah. I don't know if Islam is quite like at that point, like where it's like
he's still
But I
pretty
don't
one
like
who
new.
could
Islam.
like win.
You don't?
Yeah, it's not.
Why not?
I'm not a fan. I
Yeah,
don't think his. I don't.
yeah. You mean the fighter, right? Not really the.
No,
Yeah,
please
not the
don't.
fighting
Okay.
style.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Cut that. If they clip
We're
that.
talking about fighters here, guys. Relax. Just fighter. Not,
Makachev, right? No, Islam.
yeah,
Yeah, Makhachev.
Right?
yeah.
That's correct.
Makachev. I think
What happened to
that's
Johnny
Makachev.
Walker? You know, what happened to
Yeah, he kept losing though. Like
Ngannou?
Yeah.
I know what happened to Ngannou, but you know, some of these fighters just kind of disappear quickly.
I think there's good fighters in the what weight class Johnny Walker is? The 05. There's was that Yuri? Yuri.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yuri's fun. He's kind of a
Yeah,
good
he's
fighter.
fun. Not really that marketable, right? You have to like really know UFC. I think just to like know him, but he's actually pretty good. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not. It's like Blachowicz, right? They're like good fighters, but you have to like know UFC just to, because they're not
Yeah.
really like posting. I know they're not really. They seem not that interesting, like off the
Yeah,
yeah,
like
off the octagon. Yeah,
the UFC machine, especially with WWE behind it, like they're kind of gonna tell us who our favorite fighter is. You know, like they're just gonna promote the heck out of them, and then we'll be like, "Oh,
yeah, they're
I
gonna
like this guy."
Yeah.
find a bit of momentum in you, and then like, oh yeah, sell this.
Yeah.
I
I
know
think
maybe
there
they're
needs to
doing that
be
with
character, like genuine character.
yeah,
It
like
doesn't have to
Connor.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Connor's lightning in a bottle. I don't know if
It's
something like
yeah,
Connor
it's
ever
like
happens
a
yeah.
again. From like
yeah,
2014, what was it?
Yeah.
Right around there.
Yeah.
Like his
yeah,
run
exploded.
was
Yeah,
insane right up until. Did
Yep.
you see the Roadhouse movie?
I haven't seen the. Was it good?
Apparently, it
It,
wasn't. It was. He wasn't. I think they blamed the
he wasn't good.
director. Yeah.
I
He
think he
was
was just
terrible
playing
in the
himself.
movie.
He was terrible. Yeah,
He
is that a
wasn't
good actor?
even.
Yeah.
He was so bad. It was. I was cringing for him. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh, don't.
Oh
But
god.
Jake Gyllenhaal is always great, so it's worth
I mean,
watching.
yeah, that's a pro. Like that's a pro.
He's a
Jake
pro.
is
He's
like-
good. But Connor is like super cringe. At least that was my thought.
Is it,
So,
is it the acting or just like not?
the acting, like he's like a caricature of himself. He's like a cartoon version of evil Connor. He's such a bad actor that it's like it's annoying
Oh,
and
yeah.
cringy, and you it's worth watching just to see it. But you're like, oh,
And
You see,
it's right.
yeah,
Am I
because if you
wrong?
look at Instagram,
it doesn't come
I
off
know, it's
naturally
marketing.
like how he is in the UFC.
No,
No.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
It's
and I thought
we
he was
just
just
need
like
to
playing
watch the
himself.
clips.
Maybe it's like over
But his line
too
is
much.
like,
Too much.
"We're gonna go get them," you know, and like it doesn't play well for the tone of the movie at all. Like the rest of the
Yeah.
actors,
Oh,
are like,
yeah, it's like a
okay,
part.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
It's- I don't
they
know.
should
I
have
think
just
I get what
let
you're saying,
he
but-
himself, like think of the lines himself.
Like he
Usually,
needs to bring the intensity, like a focused intensity, not just a cartoonish evil monster.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I get what you're saying. Like, I think it works if it's an animation, but if it's like real person doing it, and because I think it's the setting of Roadhouse is like it's like a real. It's not a real movie. Oh, it's not a real thing, right? It's not
Yeah, it's
based on
kind
a
of-
true story, but it's
Yeah.
like it's real people you see in there. So I think you expect like not like too
He is naked in
exaggerated
it, by the way.
movements.
I don't know
Yeah,
if you want to see Connor naked.
not really. I wouldn't watch it for that. I'm kidding. Yeah, I was just like thinking, yeah, if I have time, it's on Prime, right? Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Okay. Just haven't. I don't know. Maybe because I have some people doesn't. Some people say it's just Connor being Connor, but from what you're saying, I think it's like it's a bit too much of a. It's like a fake Connor
Yeah.
already,
Yeah.
even though
You'll-
he's trying to do himself.
so you think
You'll know
he's
it.
acting, so he kind of
Yeah.
overdoes it.
He overdoes it.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
but acting is like you can't really like it's also a skill, right? I don't
Yeah,
think you
yeah.
can really
To make it
unless you're
natural.
like yeah, it's even like playing yourself is I think it's even hard acting because there's like cameras in there and then they're gonna be like take
So
one,
you
take
know,
two,
yeah.
do it again, no. So you have to be like still have a some sort of like training. I think they do workshops, right? And that's what they do for actors.
Yeah, let's just say Connor's career in acting might have started and ended with Roadhouse.
Yeah. You're not
I
gonna
think
see like another
I don't think any other movie maker's gonna hire him.
yeah.
There's no way.
He doesn't have
He should
the
have been
Rock's,
like
the Rock's talent.
yeah,
no, he's not The Rock. Or you know, what I like better than
No.
The Rock recently
Mhm.
is Bautista, the guy that's in.
yeah,
Oh
it's,
yeah, yeah.
He's
uh,
better. He's like
Galaxy,
The Rock, but he can actually act.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. And he's done a lot of
No,
some other ones. He's good.
Yeah, I think it's the transition thing because I remember when The Rock started acting, he was Scorpion King. I think he didn't have any lines in there, right? He was
Yeah.
just like standing,
Yeah.
and then little by little, it's just like speaking lines, and maybe he was like did some workshops or training, and then that's when it like started to become like pretty good. He's not really a good actor, but he's
Yeah.
enough for the character who's playing. I
Yeah.
think same with Batista, right? He doesn't really talk. Some of the few um some of the movies he had, and then like on the more recent ones, it's not really like he's better like showing emotion or and those stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not. I think it's more of like the role
Yeah.
they have. So there's like a transition that they're not gonna give you like all those like um long speaking lines right away, and then you can't really. I think it's more of like you can't really be the lead in the movie right away. Like I think that's
No.
what they did for The Rock and Batista, and then until they can like hold their own, like they can be like the lead actor and the main characters in the movie. Like, because they're all like, from what I remember, they're all just like supporting actors, right? When
When they started.
under older movies, like smaller role.
Yeah.
Because from Connor is like he's like one of the main, right? It's like him and Jake, and then so there's like a lot of like screen time for him. And I think that's like the thing, because he doesn't really, and he ended up getting exposed like, oh, he's bad at acting.
Yeah.
Others like Batista's like, I don't know if it's himself, like he's like the dumb guy, like the dumb strong guy. That's his like role
That's
before.
his identity.
He does
That's
that
his
well.
identity. Like it's like a dumb strong guy. That's it.
Yeah.
But he's got
He's
I
pretty
guess
good
it
at it.
matches his face, right? Or well, I guess just his overall aura. That's
Yeah.
what works well for him.
No, for sure. They're trying to take down Dwayne Johnson now. I don't know if the U.S.
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
same, but like, or if it's the same in the Philippines, but like, there's a lot of like negative stuff about Dwayne Johnson coming out. Like, people on this Reddit thread I was reading said that on a recent movie he filmed, he was like 7 hours late every single day to set.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
he has a clause in his contract where he can't lose any fight. Like, if there's a fight scene, he can't lose it. So he's
Is
like,
that true?
his ego is
I've
just
heard
sort of
it.
ballooned into this, like,
Yeah.
I've heard of
hard to
other
work with.
actors though. Okay.
That's all hearsay.
Yeah. Maybe because they think he's running for office, so that's why they're starting to like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California, so I guess
Mhm.
maybe Dwayne Johnson's the next, The Rock, whatever.
Yeah, the negative thing, I think it's on the WWE side, but it's hard to find because there's like positive stuff that he's in. I think the last WrestleMania was it? He was there, but I think there's like negative stuff on there. Like it's like it was forced for him to like join, because WWE is like, it's like a story, right? It's like it's like a TV show, and then they put in The Rock there like as a heel stuff. I don't really follow it that much. I just like read stuff because there's like positive things like, oh, The Rock like saved WrestleMania, but there's also like other stuff like, oh no, it's like putting him in back in is like messes up like what's already in the
Yeah,
WWE. I
that
don't know
too.
the fan base, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's that stuff. I think he was expected like to pull in more viewers. Actually, it worked, right? Because I don't really watch WWE, but tend to watch it just because of that.
it did work. You're right. I
Story,
mean,
yeah.
the fact that you're talking about it right now means
Yeah,
it worked, but
story, yeah.
that doesn't make it the right decision. Maybe like in the long run, I think it'll end up. His career seems to be sort of like, if there's a graph, he was at the
Yeah.
height of the height, like 2018 or
Yeah.
whatever, and then I think it's
Yeah,
just
it's
fatigue.
slowly
We're tired of it.
yeah.
Like, him and Kevin Hart, like, okay,
Yeah.
we've seen it before.
Yeah, but it's not
Let's move
that
on.
appealing
Who's
anymore.
next?
I know they may be making another Jumanji and then like try to
Yeah.
sell it that way.
Which
It was fun though,
Yeah.
that time, but yeah, not that
first
much.
Jumanji was
Like,
good. I mean, I like Jack Black too, but we're getting off on
yeah, it's pretty.
he's a different league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need more
I don't know
unique movies. It's like a lot of remakes, a lot of based off like old stuff. It's like
Yeah,
they're not coming up.
Because,
It's because
I think
that's the easy way out in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's like in the
They're doing,
Philippines, right?
man.
In the Philippines, like there's a lot of like love stories in here. Love movies is all about like love
Yeah.
theme, and then
it's all the same.
there could be like difference in the story, but it's always like a love story. And then, because the thing is, I think it's more of like the producers, right? They're not gonna release money if it's not gonna,
Bankable.
it's not gonna sell. And then if that things sells here in the Philippines, like love stories, like love theme, and then they don't want to risk like a a new story, a new genre. So no one's really gonna fund your movie. I think that's also what's happening in Hollywood, right? No one's really gonna fund those indie movies because, or not really indie,
Yeah.
like a smaller, a different kind of stories. Because what if that gets canceled, right? Or stuff. So it's gonna be like
Those
a
are the better movies,
loss
though.
on them.
Yeah.
Like the
A24
smaller.
is
Yeah, I love
isn't that,
A24. Yep,
yeah, like there needs to
one of the
be,
best studios
yeah, like somewhere
or
that
production company.
lets people like put their vision out there. And sometimes
Yeah,
A24 movies hit, sometimes
yeah,
they're a miss,
yeah.
but they take chances. And
Mm,
you
Yep.
know, like horror movies are like that too. Like studios, you're right, Louis. Like they
yeah.
don't want to invest $100 million in a movie that they don't know will recoup that money and
Yeah.
make a profit. But like a horror movie, they could throw $20 million at it,
Yep.
and it could make 100 million if it's good. Like so I don't know. I don't remember the last time I went to the movie theater. Like when has a movie gotten me out of my house? It's very rare. I think
How
everything
about
has
Yeah.
changed.
Barbie and Oppenheimer? Has that gotten you
Well,
I
outside?
watched the
I wanted to get to
Oppenheimer
theaters.
one. I watched. Yeah.
I know
I
it
only
did
watched
for a lot of people.
Oppenheimer.
Did you watch both of them? Is that what
No,
you said?
Barbie.
Oppenheimer, I
No.
did. Barbie, no.
No, you didn't see. I saw Barbie. I didn't see Oppenheimer.
In the
I
theater?
saw
Because you
Barbie
have
3 times.
daughters, right?
I
Oh,
love it.
Yes,
It's
you have
really good.
daughters. That's why you watch it.
It's silly.
Is it good? I heard it's like, oh yeah,
yeah, it's
it's fun.
good.
It's a fun. I
Yeah,
heard
it's a
it's like
silly
it's
movie.
fun.
But I like
Yeah.
Ryan
Okay.
Gosling. I have a man crush on him. So anything he does is
Yeah.
good.
Including the La La Land. You watched that because Ryan Gosling was in there.
Actually, I didn't see La La Land, so I'm not a
Well,
true Ryan Gosling fan.
he has an
Yeah, but I
upcoming
heard Barbie is
movie.
like a good.
Are you going to watch that?
Which
I think
one?
it's a comedy movie. I forgot the title. It's with Emily Blunt. It's kind of comedy action.
Oh, wait, his new
Let's
movie,
check that out. Yeah.
Free Guy or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Is that it? Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it out
It's
yet?
like
I'm
Mm,
definitely want to see it.
not yet, but it looks like it's
Yeah,
going to
I've
be
seen the
fun.
promotion
Like, it's
for
like,
it.
yeah, it's like action slash
It's pretty
comedy.
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he was on SNL recently too, and was hilarious. I mean, Ryan Gosling, dude. Come on.
oh yeah.
He's the man. He's like the biggest star now. He's getting the opposite of canceled. They're just
Yeah, they're building him up.
they're building him
Yeah,
up big
I feel like
time.
I see him everywhere now. And then he has like movies, another movie. Yeah, but I know. I'll wait. I just wait maybe on Netflix if it does there.
And that's the thing too, right? It's because of these streaming platforms that it makes people, you know, second guess going to the theater. And like, if they're busy, they're like,
Yeah,
I'll
because
just watch it once, but
yeah, or
once
not.
it's on
You
streaming.
you, you get tired like going to the movie theater and then you have like
Yeah.
I haven't even started watching like Shogun. Yeah, they say it's good. So
Yeah.
if you have a weekend, right, and then like you're gonna watch the movie, just like binge watch like this
Yeah.
dope TV show. So yeah, it's harder to go to the movies now. Like because there's
Yep.
like
The
easier
only I guess
show.
the
Yeah.
only reason or what might convince me to go is if it's, visual or sound
Yeah, those
focused.
Marvel
Like,
movies.
like
Yeah.
if you do IMAX, like it would, look great
Mhm.
on a big screen, and then with the
Yeah.
sounds it
Christopher
would,
It didn't
Nolan.
do me for
yeah.
it didn't do it to me for the Captain Marvel though. Like even it's a Marvel movie. Like watching the trailer, like I don't really I don't know why. I don't know. I heard like it didn't do well
Yeah.
that movie, right?
No.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't. But yeah,
There's no part of me that wanted to see that movie. No offense
yeah,
to anyone who made
and
it, but
yeah, it's just I don't know. It's even when I was watching Endgame, right? Endgame was there, and then she was there, right? What was her name
Yeah.
again? The actual actress, Brie,
Brie, yeah.
Brie
Brie
Larson, right?
Larson.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's her name. Yeah, I don't really like. Um, I didn't really find something there like, oh, I want to watch her like in her own movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
There's nothing
it's
interesting
not like
about her.
when you watch like Thor, right? Like when he was, you like watching him in his own movie, like
Yeah.
but
And I think what
maybe it's how
I think it's also, well, they say it's kind of like comic movie fatigue, or it's like for me right now, it's like they're just putting it out there. I think they should slow down and then try to. Before it was like there's a build up from the beginning, right? Like a
Yeah,
starting
from
point,
Iron
and then
Man, like the
they
first
all
Iron
connect.
Man, and
Like
then like
you, and
yeah,
then it's a
Mm.
a small, like each of them have their stories, but it connects like to a big story. Right now, there's no there's I don't see like any build up or connection between, very, it's very light connection between like each of these
yeah.
movies or
I think they got
series.
messed
It's
up with the Khan, right? I think they were building up as him as a villain, and then there's like he got canceled because
yeah,
I think what he had domestic abuse. Was that it? I'm not sure.
They did.
Was it?
You're right, but
yeah,
Yeah.
and
So he
you're
got
spot on,
canceled.
Bill. They did
Yeah.
after Endgame. There's no direction, and that guy got canceled. That they were going to build up, but
Yeah.
who even knows if that was going to work?
yeah,
It's
Yeah, that too.
it,
That too. Yeah.
one thing that's surprising about that run from Iron Man in 2008 to Endgame in like what was it 2019, 20 whatever,
yeah,
is none of those actors got canceled. Like there was
yeah,
no one died really.
yep,
I don't
yeah.
think like actors wise, like no one got.
Mhm.
And then the thing
Um,
about it too is you were expecting the next movie that was going to come out. You don't even know what the movie was yet, but you were already
Yeah.
expecting the next one.
yeah.
Now it's like you don't
there's
care.
there's
I
an
mean,
excitement for
there's
that.
not, yeah,
Yeah.
because they're not building up what's going to
It
happen
was the high
next.
water mark for sure, and they'll never get back to that.
Mhm.
They're just
Yeah,
scraping and
it's tough.
clawing
Yeah.
to have some reason.
Yeah,
Maybe Spider-Man was the last one, like the third
yeah, that's
Spider-Man
very good.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Um,
was the good one, but it's more
Well,
of
Guardians
a
of the Galaxy
nostalgia
was pretty
thing,
good
right? Yeah.
too.
yeah, that's
That's
true.
true.
And
But that was
Thor,
like a
Maybe Tyrion.
closing one, right?
Yeah.
The guard. Yeah, that was like
Rocket. Yeah.
their.
Focused
Yeah,
on Rock.
it's more of like they're ending that. It looked to me like they're ending that like series. I think that's the last from who's the director of it again? James Gunn.
yeah,
Is it?
James Gunn,
James.
yeah, he
Yeah.
went
Yeah,
to
I think that's the
DC.
last from him, and then he moved to DC. So I think it's more of like a conclusion, right? For me, it was good because more of like a closing thing. So it's I don't know how they can like build another story with that. I mean, there are options, I guess, but I don't know if how they're gonna do it, right? Or how they're gonna angle it.
Yeah.
Well, that's not my job. When was the last
Yeah,
movie y'all saw in theaters? Was it Oppenheimer?
mine was Oppenheimer because I
Mine
keep
was
hearing a lot
Oppenheimer too.
of it.
Okay,
But I did
Yeah.
watch the John Wick though
okay.
theaters.
My
I was
last one
excited
was
for that. Yeah.
Little Mermaid, the remake.
I was
Oh, I
wanting
haven't
I
watched it.
wanted to watch Dune, but I never got the chance.
Oh,
They
dude,
say it's
yeah,
good,
busy.
dude.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Whoa,
good.
that
Like,
is
I
I
mean,
heard
like,
it's
good
very
stories for
visual.
it.
It would be good to watch it on IMAX
but you
because
you
of
have to.
Mm.
I tried to watch the first movie and I got like 30 minutes in and I was like, I'm not in the
yeah.
right
Oh,
headspace to
yeah.
like
I think
sit
they
down.
changed direction in the second movie. They realized the first one was pretty like slow, and then
But
just world building. The second one, it was
but
more
do you have to
a bigger.
watch the first movie?
Yeah,
Do you have to watch the first
it's
movie?
yeah,
It
you
does,
do. You
right? Yeah,
need
because
to.
I heard like you need to watch the first one and then before you watch the next one, so that you'll appreciate it.
And I know it's good. Like
Yeah.
I didn't have enough patience at the time because I
Yeah.
knew it was the type of movie
Only
that
have
took you have to like
30
sit down and
minutes.
really like
Yeah.
be in the
I
mood
think
for
the
it.
first one, the second one, they said it's so much better.
Yeah, I'm excited
Yeah,
to watch it.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think if you're a fan of that's a game, right?
No, it's a movie. It's like Star
Is that a
Wars.
game or
It
There's a
was
book.
it's a
oh,
remake.
it's a
Yeah.
book? Oh, okay.
Yeah. The book came out before like Star Wars came out. So a lot
Yep.
of people think that Star Wars ripped off Dune.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
instead of the force, it's the I don't know what's the term there. They have a different term, right? For like the force in there.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. I just heard it from a
I think
I
they
podcast.
don't
Like
know either.
I think they took a lot of, I guess, um like inspire. I don't know how you would call it, but
yeah, inspiration,
yeah. But I mean,
ideas.
ultimately, it's kind of different still, right? Because it's like Jedi versus Sith on the
Mhm.
I mean,
on Star
yeah, it
Wars.
can't beat
Yeah, I
Star
mean,
Wars. I mean, the
yeah,
original
Yeah, it's a franchise
series.
now. So yeah,
But
could be.
I think they said for a while that the Dune book was like impossible to truly put on screen. And I think this guy figured it out.
Mhm.
Villeneuve, whatever his name is.
yeah,
What an amazing director. I mean,
Yeah,
we've got, I mean, as much as we talked about how movies are like dying, there's
yeah,
still some exciting stuff going on and it is
yeah,
good to have something to enjoy at a moment's notice.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
there's a lot of stuff out there. Like I watched The Gentleman on Netflix. I'm super into that right now.
Is it good? That's a TV show, right?
Yeah, TV
Is it a
show.
show or
Yeah.
TV show? Yeah.
But like,
I like the movie,
I think
the
I think
Gentleman
we're
movie.
really
Yeah.
just
So
overloaded with a lot of content. It's a matter of, reading, finding those hidden gems, if you will.
the thing that
Like,
strikes you at the
yeah,
right time, because you could suggest that I watch The Office right now or whatever,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I could watch it and it won't resonate. But then like 6 months from
Mhm.
now, I'm in the
That's
right
true.
mood
That's
at the
very
right time,
true.
and I need
Yeah.
something
yeah,
in my life just
Yeah.
like that, and
yeah.
I'm obsessed. It's like
You, well,
everyone's journey fits it. I never watched Game of
right.
Thrones. I know maybe one day I will. When the
I
time
haven't
is right.
watched
I don't trying to think of other examples,
the
but
new one, the House of Dragons one. I haven't watched it yet.
yeah, like, but
I know
eventually I
maybe if
will. It'll get me. It'll be
and
my
then
time to
Adam's
enjoy
gonna be
that.
like, hey, I don't know if you've seen this TV show. It's really good. And it's named Game of Thrones.
Hey, Game of
It's gonna be like,
Thrones,
what? Where are you from? Like,
GOT.
man. I don't know if
Has
you've
it
watched this
has it
before, but
ever
it's
has
a
it
really
ever
cool
happened to
show.
you where you try to browse Netflix and then you just end up just browsing all the shows and not really watching any of them because you can't pick which
Then you just look at
one
your
you want?
phone.
Yeah.
And then you on your phone, you just like scroll, and then like
Yeah.
and
Because
it's already an hour. I have
because
to
you're
sleep
done
now.
with the big screen, you move to the smaller screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, it's insane. It's an addiction that no one
Yeah,
wants
the
to talk about.
scrolling thing, right? You see, if you actually, I think it's you get aware of it if you actually count like how many times you like reach your phone.
Yeah.
It's really crazy because sometimes I work and just I run something, they like run and it's
Yeah.
still like processing. Yeah, I never like checking my phone while it's running, so
Yeah.
it's like it's more of
It's
a
very instinctual too.
an
Like
instinct.
I try to minimize my, because I browse a lot. I try to, at the moment I'm trying to minimize it. It's like once I see my phone, it's like I grab and then, do your usual
Yeah, you
thing. It's
grab
like
it. Yeah,
very
I've checked it 3 times during the podcast, just like what, just like glancing at it.
even though even though you're not expecting anything, right? You just
No.
like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a phone, and then like look at the screen. Look at the screen. Yeah.
Any texts? Oh, anything? Nothing? Okay.
Yeah.
And the weird thing for me is it's also like a gadget that I keep. Sometimes I forget like where I put it. Like even though I always like, because sometimes I put it like at the drawer, like go at something. Then like where did I put my phone? I don't know.
Uh,
Panic.
But on the flip side, it's like it's the thing like when you're already holding on to it, just like you keep scrolling, and then like, even though there's nothing, I think the apps are really good at that now, like keeping you in, especially those like
yeah.
reels in Instagram where like
Yeah,
you just like scroll up and it suggests another thing.
Yep.
It suggests another thing, like you end up like
bro, it's
And
bad.
even though it's just
Yep,
like 8
and-
seconds, actually.
And if AI is really going to take over, I think that's how they will get us through our, through our phones. Like just
Yep.
know
Yeah,
our habits.
absolutely.
and
Imagine
then
it's gonna be like
control us.
they're
Mhm.
gonna put something in there like it's even harder like to look away, right? Probably
Yeah.
gonna have something like more addictive, like you when you watch it, like, oh no, it's gonna be another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't.
Well,
I can't
have you ever
look
walked
away.
around? If you walk
Look
around a
away.
mall or an airport, like, no offense to the rest of the world, but they're not as smart as we are and people like us. So we're smart enough to be aware of ourselves, like getting
Yeah.
lost in the algorithm, and we
Yeah.
can pull ourselves away from it. But there's a lot of people out there that they just scroll and they're perfectly fine, like never having an original thought or doing anything but having their face in a phone. Like there's a lot of people that are
Yeah.
completely consumed by it and they just don't care and they
Yeah.
enjoy it. And I would say you'd probably be shocked at the amount of people that
Yeah.
are fully consumed at
Yeah.
this point with
Yeah.
it.
Yep. And not to
So
mention,
younger
the
people, like-
biases that are going to be developed by, I guess, whatever
Oh, yeah.
content they're consuming. It's all going to be the same, right? So if you, like, let's say you click, a post on food, your feed is going to be, it's all going to be food, or let's say UFC, it's all going to be like combat sports. So you're
Yeah.
going to, it's your mind's going to be trained to think a certain way. It's kind of
Yeah, like
Exactly
it's,
right.
It's good. Yeah, it's good to be aware of it, but it's hard. Imagine if you're
It's-
not
yeah.
aware of that, right? Just like
yeah.
and then you keep telling stories to other people, and then you end up like, oh, it's already so biased, and then there's like some friction in there,
Yeah.
but you don't really notice it. That's the hard part. Like, oh, he's not understanding me. It's too biased because you keep scrolling about the same thing,
Yeah.
watching about these stuff.
That's scary, dude.
Yeah, scary times. Scary time.
So we've got a little over an hour, if my clock is
Yep.
correct. Do you want to
Yeah, it says here.
maybe wrap it?
Wrap
I
up.
think the baby's starting to
Yep.
wake up.
Yeah. Any final thoughts in there before we
Yeah.
close out? We don't have like a closing, right?
We could do a round robin. Final thoughts on each person.
I mean, I could go first. My face starting like left to right here, so I'll start. Yeah. Well, this has been really good. It's a good hour. Let's see how this goes out in post.
Mhm.
I'll try to like see if this looks good, and then maybe not really edit it as much and put it upload, and then see if we can do this. Like, hope we can do this like more,
More
maybe in a month.
often.
I think
Yeah.
we can do like maybe twice the least in a month. That should be good. Let's go from there.
Yep.
Thank you for being a bad friend. No, that's a different podcast.
No.
We can't use
Do you
that.
still listen to that podcast? I always see
I do.
clips
I do.
of.
Sometimes
I always see clips of.
Yeah,
I,
that's actually a fun part. Oh yeah, if you're not really learning something, but it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
It's a
listening
good
to
pastime.
Matt and Shane's secret podcast. I've been into Shane Gillis a lot lately. That's been my
Yeah, I heard that's funny.
Yeah,
They're
but
great.
I will just say that I really like this format now. I think we're onto something. I really hope it works, and we'll get the audio issues worked out next time. But I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
at least twice a month, if not every week, if we're open.
Mhm.
Just keep it at an hour.
Yep.
It's manageable. What do you think, Dale?
Yeah.
I think it's good. I mean, it's been a lot. It's been a while. Like we don't even remember when the last one was. So it's
Yeah.
kind of
It's
like
been
warming up again. It's a good thing we
Yeah.
did. We're still in the. We're still keeping the where we don't say anything that that's kind of going to get us canceled
And
somehow
and
in the
our
future.
and our careers.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do have careers, day jobs.
Yeah.
We need to keep the.
Yeah, is it the same thing with like putting in topics and then like start from there, right?
That helped. Yeah.
That
we
helped,
didn't
yeah.
even talk about all the topics, but we, coming in with
We
something
didn't
in
get to
mind
Tyson.
is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. All
Some
right.
sort of program.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I think that's it. Have a good Friday, guys. Stop.